Okay guys, I'm going to go through the functionality of your tool. First thing, this is on a Gorbel Easy Arm, which is an easy to move articulated arm. It allows you free range of motion throughout the entire stroke of the arm. That's kind of the beauty of an articulated arm. Maybe it takes a couple pounds of force to move this thing around and unload it. Going to get back into the tool now. You have a whole series of controls here. You have your grip and release. You have your momentary pitch up and down. You have a rotate button right here. That rotate button will allow you to spin the parts, and I prefer it being the horizontal axis. And you have your proportional up-down. So these buttons will go as fast or as slow, or the hoist will move as fast or as slow vertically as you press these buttons. So they have really fine precision when pick up and set down. It's something that people aren't really used to. People are usually used to going like that. It's you can really barely kind of tap it, and it's slowly creeping up right now. I'm going to go ahead and pick up a part. You can adjust these cups. You can see the momentary rotation. These cups adjust very easily. So you spin that to the left, loosen it up, tighten it back on. These levers will clock in any location you want, so you can pick them up and re-clock them depending on where you want to have those things adjustable at. So I'll go ahead, it's designed, it's set for this part right here. Now at that point you heard the vacuum, you heard the Venturi vacuum run for about 1 or 2 seconds and then shut off. You're dealing with a vacuum saving pump here. What that means is you're running the compressed air for the 1 or 2 seconds. The pump realizes where it's at and it checks the air for you. So technically if I turn the air off right now, you're not going to lose vacuum. Slowly with all the lines in here, it's going to bleed down. You typically have 1 to 2 minutes. You're going to start to see this turn red. That means you're starting to get right around that 18 inches of mercury level, which means you should set the part down, but you're going to see it's still not dropping. You still have time to release this. You have a floating handle here, so the handle allows you to kind of pick up, stay in a good ergonomic position whether you're high or low. You do have a pin here in case you want to use these handles for leverage. You can technically pin the handle. I preferably don't like to do that. Also in regards to your rotate, this is your rotate button. That rotate, it just releases a brake, this little cylinder right here. So now once the brake's released, it's detented at every 90 degrees. So you do not have continuous 360. It will stop at 90 degrees. We'll rotate this back for you and click it in. We're going to show this thing pitch up. You have a pneumatic cylinder. There are flow controls in the pneumatic cylinder. This is the speed we set it at. You can open those up or dial those down as needed, but this is the speed we like when using it. You can see it's momentary right here. So I'm also going to show another feature. Right here we have a mechanical interlock. It's a gripper safety circuit. So I'll hold the release button. We'll not be able to release this in midair. Until you set this part down, you won't be able to release it in midair. So I'm going to go ahead and set this down. You have roughly about a 5 to 10 second blow off where air is actually blowing out of those cups so that it aids in the release when you're dealing with a non-porous part. These cups, because these parts are bowed, we've designed some pivot into these cups so that they have some freedom of movement to form to the part. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the smallest part here. So we'll adjust that down. We'll adjust that down pretty quick. Where I'll take this, I'm just going to get an eyeball from here, move that in a little bit, move these in a little bit. Do this side. Very easy adjustment. You're going to see this thing adjusted in probably 30 seconds or so. So now we've adjusted it. You have a smaller part right over here. vacuum is made. You have your green poppet, you have your vacuum indicator, basically your vacuum gauge and your vacuum indicator. Pick it up again. Put it down. Again, you can't release it mid-air. So if we went to go set this down, so you have weight on here, now you can release it, your blow off, and you're good to go. Okay, one other thing I wanted to show was float mode. Float mode is a feature on the Gorbel Easy Arm, where if you tap this handle right here, or you tap this top left button right here, it'll zero out the weight as it sits. So once you tap that button, you want to let it go for a second so that you don't touch it, because it'll sense if you're pushing up or pulling down on it. But now that that blue light comes on, float mode is now active, and now I can take whatever load on here, whether it's a couple 100-pound load, and I can move it down, up and down with one finger. So it's really nice for positioning into a jig or into something. One last feature, take it out of float mode, you just tap the up or down button, takes it right out of float mode. We do have a demountable handle here. You can take this handle off and put it back on. If you need to use it, if you needed to use the hoist without the tool, clips back on pretty easily. So feel free to call Ergonomic Partners with any other questions. Thank you.